Am I live? Eh, you know, I am mature enough to listen to people who have a difference of opinion. But what I'm trying to understand, and maybe some of you in the comment section can help me out, but I get it. A lot of people don't like attorneys. For any reason, maybe they're jealous. It could be they had a bad experience with one. They may know some who are very snooty. Um, but for whatever reason, we project, we filter, we respond to life, whatever our mind, whatever happens in our mind, how we feel about a particular either title or person or whatsoever. Now, a lot of you are really on, don't like Ben Crump and Al Sharpton. Just pray that one day you will never need their services. That's all I said. Just pray, pray, pray. Because we don't know what life brings sometimes. But they're out in the streets. They're outside. At least trying to make this world a better place. In this matrix called capitalism, we have to pay to live on this earth if we want to live a certain lifestyle. Because you don't have to pay. You can go and hang out with the homeless people who seem to be much happier than the people with wealth. But he and Sharpton are outside. And I'm just trying to figure out why so many black people are caping for the other side. I'm really, like, people are really getting indignant because a mother came to the black community and came and asked two civil rights individual leaders of our time to help her find answers for her son. That's all she wants. She just wants answers. And I understand some of you were highly critical of the money grab, and I know, you were highly critical of her at first. She seemed to giggle. But I never been in her shoes. I never had to bury a child, a healthy child, that was killed. And no one seems to want to provide answers to why she had to bury her child. And if you haven't walked in their shoes, because the main people talking didn't have to bury a child that was murdered or may have been murdered. You notice you don't see those kind of mothers making videos and trashing her because there's an empathy that we should have, an empathy. Let our minds imagine if we were in her shoes. She thought she was doing everything right, only to find out that the very people she went to school with, she went cool with, may have provided nursing services to, have now become angry because she put a spotlight on a town many of us didn't even know existed. But not once did they think this is just a mother processing can't even grieve because she don't have the answers as to why she had to put her son in the ground. And then I said the level of hate that we have for each other is unconscionable. Because I can tell by the way you post. And I can't wait to the day when YouTube changes its policy. Because some of you need to go. I am all for freedom of speech. You can free to talk. But when you're on some platform, they set the parameters of what can be said and not said. And some of you are really, in essence, are just bullies. You're bullies. Because you are filtering. You may be mad at your mama. You may be mad at your children. You may be mad at your husband. You may be mad at your friend. And some way, something been or the mother, someone just triggers that emotion in you. And you don't just sit back and listen to how you listen to your commentary. And then say, if I was a mom of a child that I believe was murdered, how would I feel if I listened to my video? None of you ever post videos of what you're doing in the community to make it a better place. I have not seen one video. You're not even using your platform to encourage, to uplift, to bring people to a peaceful place. A place of healing. Too many of you need to go sit on somebody's couch. Because you're dangerous. You're dangerous. Everybody's not strong enough to just ignore your asses. Everybody's not. We all on this planet. And we're just navigating our way through here. But we have lost our ability to empathize. Now, I'm going to talk about my situation for a minute. I had a medical emergency 2 weeks ago. And because I'm not walking around sobbing, feeling sorry for myself, and because I don't look sick, and because I'm not complaining, explaining every little thing that's going on with me right now, people still want to come and just talk about their bullshit. But things have changed for me. And I have to lessen my stress levels. I have to not take on so much. And because I am empathetic, and when I see people hurting, I hurt with them. If I see somebody disrespect somebody, I jump in and I say something. But I have to learn, for my reason, for my health, I have to create boundaries, emotional boundaries. And if I have to train myself, if it's not life-threatening, if it's not a matter of life and death, walk on by. Do like Dionne Warwick does and just walk on by. You can't be more mad and more upset than the person who's actually in the relationship or who is the mother or father of the children, who is the taxpayer. You cannot be more mad, more upset about somebody else's life and the way they move and operate than you are about yours. You understand? That's an imbalance that's dangerous for you. And coming back outside and reconnecting with people, I have to understand I have to do it slowly. Because there's so many broken people. And they don't mean to be the way they are, but they haven't found the maturity. They haven't found that answer that you found. And you try to bring them to the water, but you got to understand it took me 11 years to get to this point. It took a lot of quiet time. It took withdrawing. It took being in a quiet place, which is me. And you expect some people who haven't even started the journey to be where you are. And that's unreasonable. And that creates stress and it creates tension. And you got to learn. I'm just learning to just navigate from a quiet place. Navigate from a healthy place. Some people like being unhealthy. Some people like to trauma bond. And it's okay to leave them where they are. It's okay. It's okay. Because you got to save yourself. You have to. That's nobody else's responsibility. You have to let the redemptive work of Christ be in your life. And this is a very lonely place. It's a very lonely journey. But God will be with you every step of the way. And you got to rest in that. You got to rest and trust God. He will bring you around the people that you need to be around. Because this part of your journey, you can't be there because they're family members. They can't be there just because you like them. You can't be there because you need them or they need you. They got to be ordained by God. Because if you're not careful, they and you can be used by the enemy. And you can end up destroying each other. I'm done.